Hi there, Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for September. I bring you fantastic news as this month begins with the Sun right at the top of your horoscope. It forges an amazing new moon on the 5th, but links with your ruler Jupiter. And Jupiter is in your sector of resources. If you're wanting to do better around business applications, around jobs, around your own enterprise, if you have one, this can give you a fantastic opportunity to leap forwards into a brighter sphere. So what are the catches? Well, not really, there isn't one as such on that particular aspect. What we do need to bear in mind is the Sun is also forging a fantastic link with Pluto, which is in your second solar house, which is to do with everyday money. And I think this points towards an alteration in your circumstances generally. When Pluto and Jupiter are opposite, it can see people behave in a little bit less than an ethical way when it comes to getting what they want from situations. But as long as you're straightforward, you play it by the book and you're fair, I do feel there's a fairer than an average chance that you are going to change your circumstances for the better from the start of the month to when the month finishes. So the catch, I think, may come more in a psychological sense, because one of the things that marks you out, makes you very, very different to other zodiac signs, perhaps with the difference of Aquarians, is your love of freedom and space. And the planet which is very much to do with that is Uranus. And Uranus is a planet which is in your sector of romance at the moment, but it forges a fantastic link this month with Mars. And this can see you really wanting to almost play the field. So if you are already a free spirit, you could find that you're supercharged between the 10th and the 20th. And this may seem quite a few dates, and it could get quite intimate and fruity if that's what you want. But unfortunately, Mars also clashes with Saturn for the first 2 weeks of this month. And if you're in a long-standing relationship, that constant desire of yours to go off and do what you want may have had a drip wearing effect on someone that you're close to. And they may find that more and more difficult this month to deal with. So if you do have a chance to go out with your friends and do something daring like whitewater rafting, throwing yourself out of a plane to do a freefall jump for charity, climbing up the side of a hospital, as much as it may give you a thrill, someone close to you may find it really difficult and be quite resentful about it. So you need to be conscious of that, because Venus, the planet of love, is in a part of your horoscope this month which could lead to a separation if you're not careful, particularly when it goes side by side with Saturn in week 3. So don't take anyone for granted that's really important to you. Ironically, if you are single, you might start to think about someone from your past. Will you get in contact with them? It's possible. They might get in contact with you. You may bump into them in a completely random way. But before you get involved again, if that is in your thinking, just think clearly back to why this relationship didn't work out the first time around. That doesn't mean to say that it couldn't work out this time, but just be realistic. Don't get too swept away by the fantasy of what being in a relationship with someone who's familiar to you could bring, because that love of freedom and independence may have been a driver why you're not together at the start of this month. But on the 23rd, something really great happens for you, Sagittarius. Mercury moves on the 9th, and it's joined on the 23rd by the Sun. And both these planets, or the Sun is known as a luminary, are going to be in the part of your horoscope to do with your future, your friendships, your sociability is going to come up and is going to be bright and bubbly. But there can be an on-off dynamic. There can be plans made, they can be changed at the last minute, things can be fairly fluid. Even if someone does let you down, try to be philosophical about it. After all, you're someone who's ultimately always optimistic, and if one thing doesn't work out, another door can open. Thank you for joining me, good luck, and goodbye for now.